One suggestion I could really make is make sure that you choose a song that you are passionate about. Something that maybe has some kind of groove or something that you like. Because you're going to be listening to it a whole bunch of times. And if you choose a song that you're not interested into, it's going to make for a lot of very torturous listening. Hello everyone, Brett here. So today we are going to be looking at a suggestion from RJ Rocky, and it's how you can make a quick and easy fingerstyle arrangement of a song that you like to listen to. The song that we are going to look at today is from Aldnoah.Zero, and it's one of my students that suggested it to me. And because it's a popular anime song, we get to use the #1 technique that I use for these easy fingerstyle arrangements, and it's to go on Google and look online and see if someone has already made an arrangement and share the tabs. This is a good way to get you most of the way there. Now, the biggest problem that I find with the tabs is the rhythm is not quite correct. So we are going to look at that today. We are going to download the tabs and then have a look at how we can correct the rhythm. First, we go on the website where we find the tabs, and here we have a G-tash. We have right here, there's this Aldnoah.Zero tab, and there's the helpful links provided here for Guitar Pro. So we download the Guitar Pro file, and then we're going to go and open it up in MuseScore right over here. And now here, the first thing that we see is that the pickup here, this anacrusis, happens right on beat number 1 when it's supposed to be just before beat number 1, right? So we need to change everything around so that it happens on beat number 1. So we're gonna add in an extra measure. Select everything all the way from there to the end. Cut it. Go back to the beginning. And then add some extra time for our pickup measure. So we need to add an extra half a beat. We're gonna do that like this. Great, perfect. Now everything starts on the beats just as we want it. Next after that, this isn't unfortunately the only spot where there's a problem with the beats. Over here, we can see at right here in this first verse, this doesn't start in the incorrect spot. It's moved over like by, I guess, another half beat. So let's try doing that again. So we're gonna select from about here. This is supposed to be a quarter of a beat over. So we're going to select from here to whereabouts the end of the problem is, which seems, when I look at it, seems to be about here. This here is where the chorus starts, and there's more of a problem there. So we're going to do this little bit at a time. So this, we're going to move it over into the first measure, I think, is what we need to do. Uh-oh, what happened? Come back. Yeah, it needs to go into the first measure. So we're going to cut it, select the first measure, and paste it in. That's perfect. Great. So now this all looks good. One of the things that you can see so far is that the rhythm is going to be okay in certain spots, but it will be like moved off. Like the beats won't exactly line up to where they're supposed to be. So in this case, the melody is quite good, and it's quite easy to find your way around, like the chorus and the verse and the pre-chorus, but they're for some reason moved over a little bit. I'm not exactly sure why. I find in tabs sometimes it's that, for me it's the rhythm that's not quite good. Okay, so now we're going to finish doing the chorus, and this part here we can see the chorus. This is supposed to be beat 1 of the chorus. Bum, 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 like that. Okay, so we need to move all of this over half a beat. So let's select till the end of the chorus, I guess, all the way here to the end. Mouse stopped working. Okay, let's select all the way to the end of the chorus. Sorry. There we go. All right, so select to the end of the chorus here, and then select where the start of the chorus was, right over here. Okay, so we need to move that over a half beat. So let's change this into... No, that wasn't good enough. I need to get rid of that. Change this into... How about this? Still not good. There, that's perfect. Okay, so what I wanted was this note to land on beat number 1. I know that because I listened to the song a couple times. I want this to land on beat number 1. Okay, great. So this looks pretty good so far. We've done a good job, except we can see some of these things here. Like here, there should not be ties where it's tied over here. This really shouldn't be like that. And especially in the bottom, we can see the rhythms are kind of grouped funny. There's a tool in MuseScore that you can use to group the rhythms together. But I find that if you do it directly, I've done it a couple times directly on this guitar profile, and it just crashes. Like the program just crashes. So we're gonna make a new file, just so we make sure that we don't lose everything, because it is kind of a pain to have to restart all the time. It's happened to me a whole bunch of times. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just create a new file, copy everything from our old file, and paste it into the new file. Cool. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run our tool. Well, we can save this, I guess. Yeah, sure, replace that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna run our tool, and then we're gonna go to regroup rhythms. And now what it's done, it's kind of killed some of my ties here. Like I used to have a tie here, which I kind of still want, I guess. Yeah, I do want it. So we're gonna go back, and we can see at the beginning here, these rhythms are okay. So I don't want to run the tool on that. I want to run the tool mostly where it starts to kind of get screwed up right about here, where there's ties that shouldn't be there. So let's try selecting from there all the way to here. And now let's run our tool to regroup the rhythms. Yeah, that looks pretty good now. Now everything, there's my ties that are still there where I need them, and everything's good. Okay, the very last thing that we're gonna do is that the chorus, when you listen to it, the chorus is supposed to be an octave higher. So I'm gonna raise the chorus up by an octave. Select this and move it up an octave here. Now there's stuff here that's unplayable, like this, 2 to 7, and then 2 to 10 is an impossible stretch. And this is where you have to get your guitar, and your work in MuseScore is pretty much done. So you have to get your instrument. Cool. So now our work in MuseScore is basically done. We've done our arrangement, so you can print it off, or you can put it on your iPad or something, and then go to your guitar and see how you can figure out the harmonies so they're easier to play. So we're gonna go do that, but before we do, make sure that you click on the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, share the video with your friends if you like it, and make sure to leave a comment. So in general, the part that, like, if I take the original where it was, this becomes impossible. So what you do is you just make sure that you play your basses on beats 1 and 3. So you have. The other thing is there is a spot like this F sharp here. If you listen to it, the melody is. But there's also a part that does. So you can try to combine those, like something like that, and that will combine both of them together. It's also nice to have like some slaps on beats number 3. So instead of having just, which sounds really plain, you can have, and then add extra stuff there. Okay, after that, when the melody part starts with the singing, like as you can see at the original part, there's like. So we are going to have our bass notes on beats 1 and 3. Also adding slaps on beats 2 and 4. Cool. Okay, the next thing that we're going to change is when we have. Why is the mouse not working anymore? Okay, let's look at the chorus. So again, the chorus, like I said, the part that is written, you'll have stuff like, and that's impossible to reach up into the 10th fret, so you have to change it. I changed it to go something like this. So I've got like 8 and 7, and then 10 and 10, and then 8 and 7. I'm not 100% sure if that's the correct, if that's actually the correct harmonies, but whatever, it works. Okay, so the harmony that you have in the chorus, the first is E harmony, and then there's a C harmony. It's incorrectly marked in the version I had online, but you want C. Then after that, there's a harmony of A minor, G, which is okay, I guess. Yeah, there's A first, and G's in the second one, so A first. And then after that, there is a G harmony. And then after that, it moves up to B. And then after there's this C harmony again. Then there's a G harmony. So you stretch from 3 to 7, and then you have
Okay, so the last little bit, I changed it. There's this. I changed the end to be like this. First, there's 7, 8, and 10. So what this does, I've just added in some fourths. You need the melody to do that. And what I've done is something like that, and added some extra harmonies. So like, and that's the end of the chorus there. So with the parts that are an octave higher like that, you have to be more creative in finding where your bass notes are. So again, you find where the melody is, the bass, and then after that you add in your slap percussions on beats 2 and 4.
Okay, so once we've done all of that, now we're going to listen to the final product. But before we listen to the final product, if you haven't already, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Well, that was cool. Thanks again for the suggestion, RJ Rocky Gamer. And we are going to look at more in-depth videos on guitar technique like this and go into more details of maybe how you can listen to the melody. I don't know, I have some other ideas. But it was a great suggestion, and a good thing to get you started again is the software MuseScore, and other contributions from other guitarists online really do help out. Anyway, that's it for the video today, and I will see you in the next video.